Ranking a musician's discography from homophobic to gay sounds both ambitious and trivial. Though when listening to Tyler the Creator's music with this in mind, you witness a genuine shift from an edgy teenager trying to offend people with scratchy beats to a heartfelt poet with beats that
tickle my brain.
This is why I wanted to take a look and rank Tyler's albums based on homophobic to gay, because doing so brings light into the change he had as a person. Not from a guy who turned gay throughout his albums, but instead a guy learning how to be his true self through his music. This isn't a ranking for his worst to best, but there are striking similarities. So, without further ado, his most homophobic. Before I start ranking, here's some background for how I will rank this. First, there will be a lot of uses of the word faggot in this video. Now personally, I don't have a problem with this word. I grew up in COD lobbies, I've heard much worse. However, I'm not self-centered enough to not understand that there are many negative memories associated with this word. After all, it is a slur for gay people. This will be the main factor I take into account when ranking the homophobic albums, aside from the times he just straight up says he hates gays. Also, I would not be reviewing his EPs and deluxe albums, as his EP is the Grinch score that actually slaps, and the estate sale is more or less the same as Call Me If You Get Lost. Alright, Tyler, the white boy lover. Let's talk about your most homophobic album.
Yo, fuck you, doughboy, then fuck me alright, you got a fuck nigga ass blonde making put an 18 on nigga making his own fucking beats, covers videos, all that shit. Fuck you, post-strike ass, cliche jerking, LA flossing, rapping, fuck nigga ass hype beast niggas.
Now back to the album.
Tyler's first album is a fun listen, and it's interesting to see where he started off, though I doubt I'll ever listen to this album again. Tyler's fascination with raping bitches that he seems to boast about on almost every song I see with no artistic merit, and rather just another attempt to be offensive and edgy. This album does remind me of things I'd hear on the Slim Shady LP, if the Slim Shady LP was underproduced and written by an edgy teenager. Though he did do it all on his own, I will give him props for that. There are many lines in this album that come off as extremely homophobic.
Cakes, go ahead, admit it, faggot. This shit is tighter than butt rape. Flow much, European model white bitches eating donuts. Fuck you, faggots. I'm with a fat bitch, making shit come like I'm go-go gadget.
And outright announces that he hates gays.
I hate gays, gangbangers, and fucking jerkers. Unless it's gay, gangbangers are fucking jerkers. Whoa, yo, no homo. I'm not gay. Faggot.
Obviously, with the power of hindsight, it is a satirical statement now, and maybe even during the album's release. Though I'm sure the gays didn't like this album then, and I'm sure they hate it even more in 2024. After the controversies that Bastard was bound to support, Tyler's sophomore album had a lot to discuss. In the first song, we are right back in his therapy session, discussing what happened after the Bastard's release. He is well aware of the homophobic allegations at this point, and doubles down on what he said in Bastard. The album has a very strong start, but after the first couple of songs, Goblin loses its flow and is just all over the place, both thematically and lyrically. He is still raping bitches in this one. And there's a lyric that was actually fucked up, but funny as fuck, I'm not gonna lie.
Rape a pregnant bitch and tell my friends I had a threesome.
It is a shame too, because I could have seen this going the way Eminem did with his sophomore album, the Marshall Mathers LP. Just like Tyler, Eminem's first album garnered lots of attention and controversies. But unlike Tyler, Eminem used that to reveal his real persona and introduce a more deeper, thought-provoking album, while still retaining what made Slim Shady so good. Goblin is really just more the same as Bastard, but with less of a story to latch onto. The album is also 15 minutes shy of a feature-length film, and I'm glad that Tyler learned how to trim out the fat in his later albums.
I never would have thought that feelings could get thrown in the air, cause I accidentally caught that.
Wolf is an improvement of everything I liked about Goblin and more. There are quite a few bops on this album, but we aren't here to look for bops. I'm looking for there aren't as many homophobic lines here, and the times he does use the word, it isn't in a homophobic way, and it's just a word to use to insult his absent father. Until the song Rusty, where he says he doesn't hate gays because Frank Ocean is on 10 of his songs, and then later that song he goes on to say,
Fucking faggot. Money, 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 money ain't the motive. What's your name again? Nobody knows it. Don't speak to me, nigga, you not important. I'm focused.
This is Tyler's most average album. A lot of angry, in-your-face songs that remind me a little of Bastard, but without a strong underlying reason for the album to be so angry. Tyler did step back from his homophobic tendencies in this album, and even replaced the word with book in one of his songs.
Critic faggots were shook, so I told him that I'll exchange the word faggot with book.
Cause you make my earthquake. Oh, you make my earthquake.
We have finally reached the end of the homophobic era in Tyler's discography, coincidentally in chronological order too. After Cherry Bomb was when Tyler began his musical transformation, going from creating music to creating music for himself. There's this short I found about Pharrell giving advice to Tyler around the Cherry Bomb era that emphasizes this transition.
Pharrell looked at me and said,
make something undeniable and make it equally as infectious. Why are you doing music? Is it just because you just want to look cool? Because that will burn out. When it becomes purpose-oriented, it can be as cool as the flashy shit, but it will be much more meaningful.
oh, fuck. Okay, no more being silly, no more music first. And at that moment, we went home. I just wanted to change everything. I just wanted to switch, and the switch fucking happened.
No, listen. The driver gonna drop you off. Alright, it's warm. The waterfall's crazy.
This is Tyler's most recent album, and the album isn't inherently gay or even bisexual. But when releasing an album that changes literally everybody's perspective on your sexual orientation just 2 years prior, people will flock to that gay nest that was built up on IGOR. So to release an album not only about a girl, but about another dude's girl, it doesn't just destroy that gay nest that you built up. Now people don't know where the fuck to flock to. Maybe this was Tyler's intention, because he has advocated greatly for people to fuck off and stop caring about who's fucking who.
Will I ever have a gay rap artist?
Maybe one day. That would be, but that's like, why does that matter?
I know.
Like, if he wanna dudes or whatever, why does that matter? Like, why do we care?
I've never figured that out.
That's so fucking crazy.
If this was Tyler's intention, he does so in spectacular fashion. This album is like the best parts of all of his older albums added up into one, then multiplied by 6. He talks extensively about his home-wrecking abilities on this album, but when he isn't able to attain the one thing you can't buy with money, love, Tyler suppresses this with the hype man and cars. And all I'm left thinking is how the girl's boyfriend feels after listening to this album. Hey babe, what the fuck is this?
When you're having fun, when you're having fun, yeah.
This is the first album after Cherry Bomb, and with the title Like Flower Boy, it is already portraying himself in a different light than Wolf or Goblin did. You know, it's just a little more delicate and soft in nature than fucking Cherry Bomb. Flower Boy is where Tyler fans began seeing the gay breadcrumbs Tyler was dropping. And by breadcrumbs, I mean he just flat out admitted that he likes white boys. However, I believe that there were gay breadcrumbs being left all the way back to Wolf.
My stepfather called me a fag. I show him a bag and I light a fire up in his ass.
And when hearing that he has been kissing white boys since 2004, maybe there is some sort of correlation. And nobody really believed it until he had to spell it out for everyone. But hey, that's just a theory. A gay theory.
Sometimes you gotta close a door to open a window.
This is without a doubt his best album, and it is also no coincidence that it is his gayest one. I'm not saying that it is great because of him being gay, but because he wasn't afraid to make this album. It takes a lot of testicles to go from albums like
Wolf, Goblin, and Cherry Bomb
to
Flower Boy and Igor.
As many of you know, Igor revolves around a love triangle Tyler has found himself in with the dude and the dude's girl he's putting a front on with. This album is framed and paced so well that no matter who you are and where you're at in life, one can listen to this album and understand and relate to every emotion Tyler goes through. Only a couple songs into the album, we see who this is all about. Not just through the lines in the song, but literally the song titles themselves. There isn't much else I can say about this album that the other 60 video essays on YouTube haven't said, but I'll leave you with this. Even though this album is nearly perfect in every way, And the pacing of this album makes it to where time doesn't even exist. It still doesn't even come fucking close to the Grinch. Tyler is such a fascinating character, and I'm really happy that he was able to grow out of his cocoon and become the gay little butterfly we know and love today. Look, he might not even be gay, just on the gay spectrum. He strikes me as a person that just goes with whatever his heart wants, and that's an admirable aspect to anybody's character. Just as long as he continues to use his heart more than his crazy ass mind to create music, he might finally attain a 10 out of 10 from Anthony Fantano.